In Rome's Capitoline museums, an exhibit is celebrating one of the most historic moments of Roman history. It's called the Liberation of Rome, June 4th, 1944. It was the day Allied forces entered into the Italian city, making it the first European capital to be liberated from Nazi occupation.
It was an important event because Rome once again became the capital of Italy. It faced 9 months of Nazi occupation that was very difficult. The population suffered greatly, and then finally it returned to some normality with the arrival of the Armada, which was at first mostly from the American Fifth Army, headed by General Clark.
These photos tell the story of General Clark's entrance into Rome. They also explain how he made a wrong turn and ended up at St. Peter's Square before arriving at his destination at the Campidoglio Hill, where there was a welcome ceremony going on. On display, there are many photographs from newspapers and magazines from the US, Europe, and even the Vatican's newspaper. They all announced the arrival of Allied troops.
This picture shows the very center of town. Behind me here is the Palazzo Chigi, a building which was then the headquarters of the Foreign Ministry, when a column of Italian troops from Naples re-entered for the first time, with the people of Rome celebrating.
The exhibit is divided into different sections, such as recently discovered colored photographs. Other sections are dedicated to Americans, British, and other members of the Allied forces. These photos remember Jewish soldiers who fought to liberate Rome, and many of whom met at a local synagogue. And many of the American soldiers who helped to liberate Rome found a special homecoming.
There was immediately also this sympathy, especially among Italians and US soldiers. It's also worth remembering that many of them from the United States were also Italian, or were the children of Italians who immigrated to the US.
So far, the liberation of Rome has been visited by hundreds of tourists as they pass by different fountains and historic buildings in Rome. The exhibit is a way to mark one of the most important days in recent Roman history, and it's also a day that helped shape the future of the city.